밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너무 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그 선호해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선호해
Blah, 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 tea and crumpets.
So there's a reason my videos have been a little staggered recently, and it all comes down to 3 words. Monster Hunter World. Now, granted, this is not the only reason. I've also been doing a lot of work, but this game is honestly such a godsend that I just had to make a video on it. It's a lot like the recently popular Dauntless, but just better. And I'm not just saying that because I hate Fortnite and don't care about Epic Games. This game is just better and completely worth the... Whoa, hold on. This game is $64 on Steam.
This is a joke, right?
Despite the huge price, I promise, if you like Dauntless, if you've played past Monster Hunter games, or even if you're a new player, I reckon at least 90% of people will find some fun in it, and with the brand new Iceborne DLC, released early on PS4 and coming January on PC, I decided to make a video running new players like you through the basics. Plot. Being the first Monster Hunter game with a decent plot, Monster Hunter World takes place in a land called Astera, where you and hundreds of other people, hunt monsters.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
You'll start off adventuring in new areas and harvesting plants and small innocent monsters' organs before gradually moving up the food chain and fighting beasts similar to that of Blue Eyes White Dragon and Godzilla. Out there, it's you, your companions, your friends, fighting killing machines that will not hesitate to stampede you like For Honor's Raider after his recent buff.
Still covered in Sling of Thorns on the rear of him, so...
Dive!
Oh. Ow.
Well, thank God for Vitality Mantle.
Companions. As I mentioned before, you won't be fighting alone. This game is an absolute blast with friends.
Oh, Kai. Ooh, no, you got me. Ooh. I'm gonna be honest, I took a wrong turn, so we're just sort of walking
And after
here.
the monster head going shot
Yeah, no.
or something.
Okay, I'm eating his ass.
Me and Kai are just spelunking.
We're exploring stuff. We just vibing.
But if you've got no friends,
You've got no friends?
you can always trust in your friendly Palico and amazing handler. Look, I can't lie, the handler is the worst part of the entire game. She constantly nags you to do the next quest and serves no purpose other than jumping off 20-foot rocks with no fear and pushing a cart through a desert for 20 minutes. I wish I was joking. Gear. First, your weapon choice. Weapons come in all different shapes, sizes, speeds, purposes, with and without effects. If you're new to the series or want to relearn the basics, pick the Sword and Shield. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of people I've seen run in with the Greatsword and just have a terrible time because it's so difficult to use. After you get a feel for the combat with the Sword and Shield, or if you already know what you're doing, you can choose from any of these weapons to slay with. Greatsword, Longsword, Sword and Shield, Dual Blades, Hammer, Hunting Horn, Lance Gun, Lance, Switch Axe, Charge Blade, Insect Glaive, Light Bowgun, Heavy Bowgun, and my personal favorite, the Bow.
Let's do this.
Along with your weapons comes your armor, which you can craft using resources you gather in the field, and an upgrade using armor spheres you find that make you feel like yelling strong. When we're talking about armor, I personally think that the male armor looks a lot cooler than the female variants, but that's probably because I prefer to cover my face and cosplay Lawbringer. Monsters! As the title suggests, you'll be fighting some huge tasks and huge beasts. And no, I don't mean these monsters or these monsters, I mean giant apex predators that are genetically modified to tear you in half. From squirrels to lizards to full-on dinosaurs, you'll have to learn the insides and out of each monster to survive more than 10 seconds.
Alright, I know this looks bad, but it's actually really, really bad. Please come help me out!
However, after killing a monster, you get to carve off parts, and get given parts as rewards for the quest. And you can use these parts to make some of the hella cool gear that we talked about earlier.
All units, I'm slightly better than I was a second ago.
Palicos. I'm gonna keep this nice and simple because not much really needs to be said. Palicos are basically cats that help you heal, stun the monster, or deal bonus damage depending on how you equip them. You can change their weapons and armor as well, which also takes resources, but the resources it takes are usually ones that you can't use on your own armor anyway, so you might as well.
Oh god, what is that cat doing up there? What? Hey! Oh man, if it isn't Sergeant Whiskers, man have I missed you. Come here, buddy. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yeah, that's it. Come over here. Oh. Or you could just hug the handler instead. That's fine, I guess. It's not as if you're my cat.
And now, you're pretty much ready to join the world of Monster Hunter. The way I like to think of this game is a mashup of every great aspect of their previous games, and adding the Tigrex to the latest DLC is a perfect example. Because I have plenty of friends like Kai and Alex and even myself who got slapped by this thing during our childhood. And now is a great opportunity to finally finish this thing.